Well, hello, beautiful.
What truly drove the Joker to embrace a life of chaos and evil is his relentless obsession with destroying Batman, born from a thirst for revenge, a descent into madness, or something far more sinister lurking beneath the surface. The Clown Prince of Crime's motives are as enigmatic as they are terrifying, a twisted puzzle that defies simple explanation. Some believe his vendetta stems from a single bad day that shattered his sanity, while others argue that he sees Batman as the ultimate foil in a sick, existential game. Could it be that the Joker doesn't just want to kill the Dark Knight, but to corrupt him, to prove that even the noblest hero can fall into darkness? Today, we unravel the layers of Gotham's most infamous villain, exploring the psychology, the tragedy, and the horrifying philosophy behind his actions. What we discover may not just surprise you, it might haunt you long after the laughter fades. The Joker defies the conventional image of a villain. He isn't motivated by greed, power, or any of the usual desires that drive criminals. While others steal for wealth or seize control for dominance, he thrives on something far more unsettling: chaos for chaos' sake. In The Dark Knight, his twisted philosophy is on full display. He orchestrates a bank heist, not to claim the money, but to eliminate his own accomplices, turning the crime into a brutal lesson in betrayal. Later, he sets fire to a towering pile of cash, not because he needs it, but to expose what he sees as the hollow values of society. His actions are calculated madness, each one designed to strip away the illusions people cling to. To him, morality is a joke, order is a fragile lie, and beneath the surface, everyone is just one bad day away from madness. He doesn't want to rule Gotham, he wants to tear it down, revealing the ugly truth that civilization is nothing more than a thin mask over humanity's inherent chaos. So why Batman? The answer lies in the twisted symbiosis between the Dark Knight and his greatest nemesis. To the Joker, Batman isn't just an adversary, he's the ultimate challenge, the unyielding force that refuses to bend to the chaos he revels in. The Clown Prince of Crime doesn't seek Batman's death out of mere hatred, he craves something far more profound: corruption. In the Joker's eyes, Batman represents the last shred of order in a world drowning in madness, the final barrier between sanity and absolute anarchy. If he can shatter that barrier, if he can push Batman past his limits and force him to abandon his code, to take a life, then the Joker doesn't just win, he proves his darkest philosophy, that anyone, even the noblest hero, is just one bad day away from becoming like him. And that's a victory far sweeter than any death. The Joker is a master of deception, weaving multiple conflicting tales about the origin of his infamous scars, each story more unsettling than the last. Was it the brutal hand of an abusive father? The bitter aftermath of a failed marriage? Or is every explanation just another layer of his endless lies? The unsettling reality is that we may never know the truth, and that ambiguity is precisely what makes him so terrifying. The Joker isn't interested in sympathy or understanding. He thrives in chaos, using fear as his most potent weapon. His scars aren't just physical, they're symbols of his rejection of order, his refusal to be defined by a past that may or may not exist. Unlike traditional villains shaped by tragedy, the Joker embraces evil not as a consequence of suffering, but as a deliberate choice. For him, chaos is liberation, a way to break free from the constraints of morality, society, and even his own identity. He doesn't want a reason, he wants anarchy. And in that refusal to be understood, he becomes something far more dangerous, an agent of pure, unpredictable madness. The Joker operates under a twisted philosophy. He believes that morality is nothing more than a facade, one that crumbles the moment life becomes difficult. In his eyes, people only pretend to be good when their existence is comfortable and predictable. But when chaos strikes, when the rules of society break down, he is convinced that everyone, no matter how virtuous, will reveal their darkest instincts. This belief drives his every action. He targets Harvey Dent, Gotham's shining white knight, not just to break him, but to demonstrate that even the most righteous can be twisted into something monstrous. Batman and the Joker represent the eternal struggle between order and chaos, two opposing forces that are inextricably linked, like opposite sides of the same coin. Batman stands as a symbol of justice, structure, and control, using his mask not to hide his identity, but to shield those he loves from the darkness he fights. The Joker, in contrast, embodies pure anarchy, wearing his grotesque smile not as a disguise but as a declaration of his nihilistic philosophy. Their relationship is a twisted dance of dependence. The Joker thrives on Batman's resistance, while Batman's purpose is defined by his relentless battle against the chaos the Joker spreads. The Joker's infamous line, "You complete me," underscores this dark symbiosis. Without Batman, the Joker has no true adversary, and without the Joker, Batman's crusade loses its most defining enemy. Yet, despite the Joker's attempts to corrupt him, Batman refuses to cross that final line. He will not kill, not because he lacks the power, but because the moment he does, he surrenders to the very madness he fights against. To take a life would be to embrace the chaos he despises, to become a mirror of the monster he has sworn to stop. The Joker didn't fall into evil by accident or circumstance. He embraced it willingly, reveling in the chaos he unleashed. His malevolence isn't driven by necessity, but by a twisted desire to see society crumble, to reduce order to ashes and laughter. He thrives on the belief that morality is nothing more than a fragile illusion, a thin veneer that cracks under pressure. To him, every person is just one bad day away from becoming like him, cruel, unpredictable, and unhinged. But Batman stands as his living contradiction, a symbol of unshakable justice in a city drowning in madness. Where the Joker seeks to expose the darkness in men's hearts, Batman fights to prove that hope and righteousness can endure. Their conflict is more than a clash of enemies. It's a war of ideologies. The Joker will never stop trying to corrupt him, to drag him down into the abyss, because Batman's very existence denies the Joker's nihilistic philosophy. This endless struggle isn't just about Gotham's streets. It's a battle for its soul, a test of whether light can prevail when the world seems determined to burn. One of the most iconic and chilling moments in The Dark Knight comes when the Joker, with his unnerving grin, delivers the unforgettable line,
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
This statement perfectly captures his twisted philosophy, a warped reflection of the value society places on skill and ambition. Unlike conventional villains who seek power or wealth for its own sake, the Joker operates on a deeper level of anarchy, mocking the very idea of fairness and merit. His words aren't just a threat, they're a dark parody of capitalist drive, suggesting that even brilliance, when untethered from morality, can become something monstrous. It's a line that lingers long after the scene ends, forcing the audience to question where the line falls between talent, exploitation, and outright chaos. If you found yourself captivated by the Joker's chaotic philosophy and the unsettling depth of his madness, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more dark and thought-provoking content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. The Joker's insanity has always been a subject of fierce debate. Is he truly a deranged psychopath lost in delusion? Or does his warped perspective reveal uncomfortable truths about society's own hypocrisy? Some argue that his anarchic worldview exposes the fragility of order, while others see him as nothing more than a violent madman. Where do you stand? Let us know. Do you believe the Joker is genuinely insane? Or is he the only one who sees through the illusions of the world? Your opinion might just spark a fascinating discussion.